Jimmy. They have refused me.
No.
In effect, they say one Bonaparte in the family is enough.
They have to be sure you're a good match, that's all.
Were you a good match? Was he a good match for you, Julie?
I wanted him.
Your sister wants me.
Yes, but Joseph...
He's the eldest son.
Oh, don't blame me. It's not my fault.
With a title of nobility you can't use, an estate in Corsica you can't touch.
The revolution won't last forever. Nor will the war.
The war will last long enough.
For what? For you?
To prove that a soldier is as good a match as a civil servant.
Well, I agree with you, of course. The problem is to prove it.
I shall prove it.
Napoleon. My family do like you.
So they assured me while rejecting my proposal.
They're simply being practical, as you would be for your own family.
Of course.
They want to make sure that if you're not well off, that you're at least reasonably off, with a position in that.
Good God, I'm a brigadier general.
On the unemployed list?
For the moment.
Unpaid?
For the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean a brigadier general at 25 is dead or dismissed at 26?
Well, you know as well as I do, those are strong possibilities.
And my sister is very young.
She's certainly old enough to... She's certainly old enough to be married. Unless your family think that Corsicans are somehow inferior. Or is it just that second sons are inferior?
Darling, is it time for you to go and see to our dinner?
Yes. Explain to him.
So?
You must understand, your proposal is not rejected.
But I must wait till I acquire a position in life.
Yes.
What position? Major general?
Employed. Paid.
Major generals are well paid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure I can wait.
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to.
I need Eugenie, Desiree, whatever her name is now.
Not a chance.
At least I need her dowry.
Mercenary?
I must go to Paris. All employment is in Paris. All promotion is in Paris. All I need is a chance. The right chance. They're bound to offer me something.
Well?
I shall refuse unless it's the right chance for me.
Can you afford to refuse?
I may have to buy time, which means food. And a new uniform. To show myself in public.
Aha! Oh, that's why you want to marry Desiree.
Do you disapprove?
No.
Apart from needing money, I need a wife. Desiree is pretty, she pleases me. She loves me. Docile, adoring. I have the same recurring sexual desires as any man. I don't care for whores. They're expensive and dangerous. I don't care for mistresses, another man's woman, another man's wife. It takes up too much time. Being a lover is a career in itself. I have my career, which is something quite different. The sexual question is not important. I want to settle it once and for all.
I don't want you to go.
You must understand the situation. Here, I simply go on being an unemployed general. They've forgotten I exist. There, in Paris, the army is in a state of disorganization, of chaos. The government is bankrupt. They don't know where to turn for money. And because they're bankrupt, they're going to have a rebellion on their hands very soon in Paris. This state of affairs
It's dangerous.
is the right one for me. They're bankrupt because they can't win a battle. They can't win a war. Winning a battle means loot. Winning a war means big loot.
And you can win a war for them.
At least I can win a battle for them. Who won the siege of Toulon?
You did.
Yes, by the sighting of my guns.
Kiss me. Oh, I love you, Napoleon.
I love you.
Eugenie.
Eugenie.
I'm sure you'll cover yourself with glory.
Glory comes from common sense and a mathematical education.
Does it?
Which is why I chose to be in the artillery.
For the glory.
For the winning! The key to every victory lies in the proper handling of the artillery.
Does it?
I'm the only general in the French army who understands that.
Sure.
The Ministry of War, they're out of date. Infantrymen, cavalrymen, any fool can be a cavalryman. Not even a fool would want to join the infantry. Cannon fodder. I prefer to be the cannon. I must find my chance.
Napoleon, before you go...
Wish me luck. They tell me that Paris now is a city of luxury, dancing and pretty women for those who have money and power. Starvation for those who have not.
I'm afraid of those pretty women.
General Bonaparte,
Yes?
Barra would like to see you.
General Bonaparte?
Monsieur Barra.
For no good reason, we still retain the revolutionary forms of address.
Citizen Barra.
As one ex-nobleman to another, do take a chair.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you could come. Are you enjoying yourself?
Unfortunately, I have never learned to dance.
Your mask dancing is all the rage this year.
So I see.
A natural reaction. We dance to celebrate the end of the Reign of Terror. I beg your pardon.
Why?
I think you yourself were in some way connected with Robespierre.
I was on his brother's staff for a time.
A pity for your career.
I was posted to his staff.
Still a pity. Oh, I know you're a soldier, not a politician.
I am becoming a politician.
How sensible. In whose interest?
My own?
How very sensible. The only possible party. So from now on you'll be more prudent in your choice of jobs.
Yes.
Since everything is politics these days, which is why I make it my business to meet unemployed generals. There may be a day when our interests coincide.
The Ministry of War has posted me again.
Where to?
To Brittany. To command a brigade of infantry.
If I were you, I'd ask for sick leave.
I have. 2 months sick leave.
General, you are a man after my own, not heart, after my own mind.
Oh, dear.
Oh, darling.
We've decided what we'll do tomorrow.
We're taking you into the country, a
a
picnic.
feast which you are providing.
At Rose's house at Cossey.
We're going in your big carriage, we've decided.
My dear Rose, my dear
But
Therese.
it's such heavenly weather, you can't possibly want to work.
No!
France can govern itself for a day.
It can do it as well as I can.
So it's arranged. I'll send your servants on ahead to get everything ready and we'll feast.
I was about to ask, may I present General Bonaparte? Citizeness Beauharnais, Citizeness Tallier. Rose, Therese, my loves, you can't have the General tonight. He does not care to dance.
Nor you.
I shall be with you in a moment. I'm so sorry. I was about to say, you, of course, are an artillery expert.
Yes.
Yes, I remember your brilliant gunnery at the siege of Toulon.
Were you there?
In charge. In political charge. My dear General, stay in Paris. Keep in touch with me. The day will come. In the meantime, enjoy the new reign of pleasure. Move in society, practice dancing, learn to make love to pretty women. And our Parisian women are the prettiest in the world. I advise you politically. Here in Paris, women are politics. In any case, I take it that you like pretty women.
Yes. Come in.
So, I found you.
Madame Fairmont!
We're still Corsicans. Call me what you used to call me.
Signora Panoria.
That's better.
Forgive me, I no longer think in Italian.
My name is still Panoria.
thank you. And forgive my...
Of course. You weren't expecting me.
No!
Your dear mother wrote to me from Marseille, asking me
Please
to
sit
look
down.
after you, as if I could look after a general.
Would you mind if I didn't put my boots on? I've been walking in the rain. The soles aren't what they were.
And what are you doing, apart from walking in the rain?
I live on promises. I'm promised the aid and support of Paul Barras.
Ooh, the most important man in the convention.
So far, nothing has come of it, so I kick my heels, which is bad for my boots, and I bite my nails,
Which is bad for your digestion. Well, we must give you something better. You must dine with us every day, whenever you're free.
You're very kind.
Oh, it's just a dull dinner, I'm afraid, just myself and the children.
Monsieur Permont?
He's still in Bordeaux on business, not at all well, poor man. So, we're always at home. I never go out. I know. Do you like French music?
Why?
You shall be my escort.
I have been recommended to learn the social graces.
And I have been recommended by my doctor. He insists to calm my nerves. I've taken a box at the Feydeau Theatre. I look in for an hour or two every night.
Why doesn't he write to me more often?
He has so much to do.
But you said he's not doing anything.
I said he'd turned down the command of a brigade.
Why didn't he take it? Then my family might have agreed.
He's in expectation of something better.
He does still want to marry me.
More than anything else in the world.
Shall we go to Turkey?
If you say so, Turkey it is.
The Ministry of War has issued 2 orders today. One, striking me off the list of employable generals. The other, putting me in charge of the military mission to Turkey.
Turkey. Big, fat, beautiful girl.
But the Committee for Public Safety has decided that I'm not to leave France.
No Turkey? Oh, well, French girls.
At least the committee and the convention know that I am loyal to the Republic.
Well, sure.
And they're going to need every loyal general they can find.
Trouble brewing?
Yes.
Yes, every second man in Paris seems to be a royalist and a rebel.
2 out of every 3.
Good, I like trouble. Same as you.
Trouble could be my chance.
General Bonaparte reporting, sir, and Captain Juno.
General Bonaparte, the Committee of Public Safety has placed me in command of the army. The Royalists and the extremists have risen against the convention.
How many men have the rebels got?
20,000 more.
How armed?
Swords, muskets, anything, everything.
How many men have you got?
5,000 regulars, 3,000 militia, if we can find them and if they'll fight.
Then it depends on your artillery.
I appoint you to command the artillery.
Where are the guns?
At Sablon.
What cavalry have we here?
Captain Murat!
Captain Murat, cavalry. Sir,
How many men?
200 well-horsed.
Take them to Sablon. Fetch the guns. To me, at the Tuileries.
Sir!
And ammunition. As much as you can get, as fast as you can.
Sir!
The committee and the convention are anxious that we as Frenchmen should not kill Frenchmen.
I understand. We're still the revolution.
But our task is to save the Republic.
I understand.
Prepared to load?
Yes.
What with, blank?
Grape shot.
The committee? The convention?
I am in command of the artillery.
Message from the convention. We are not to fire unless the rebels fire first.
Message to the convention. No. The convention has ceased to exist. Sleeve is a fraction too long. I said a fraction. There's better. Good morning, Rose. Do you like it?
I love it. What is it?
Guess.
For a fancy dress ball.
My uniform as a member of the Directory.
Oh, superb.
The rulers of France must show themselves to be the rulers of France.
In the style of 200 years ago.
We are doing our best to put the clock back. The coat will be with you shortly.
The uniform will be beautiful, as you are.
Rose, much as I adore your mouth...
No.
Because I adore your mouth.
So?
Let me not spoil it. It has taken you 2 hours to put it on.
A compliment.
You are an artist, a great painter.
I would gladly have ruined my work of art to thank you.
For what?
My house.
It's finished.
Finished, furnished, perfect.
You've thanked me often enough with something more substantial than a kiss.
Often, but enough.
I shall come to supper soon.
I shall make you welcome.
In the meantime, will you do something quite different for me?
Anything. What?
I have invited the hero of Paris to lunch.
Oh, I thought you were the hero of Paris.
Me? No, I'm merely king of the French Republic.
Ah, General Bonaparte.
Yes, you met him once briefly.
A pale-faced little Corsican.
I want you to be nice to him.
Am I not always nice?
Be as charming as only you can be.
I'm not sure I like pale-faced little Corsicans.
Rose, I assume the house is not in fact finished. There are bills still unpaid.
Well, yes, of course. Bills.
Deserve well of me by charming my collaborator. The man who made me one of the directors.
So they tell me.
The man whom I have made Commander-in-Chief of the Army of the Interior. Is that news?
Yes.
The announcement was last night. I'm not the only one who has a new uniform. Is he less pale-faced?
Much less pale-faced.
So quickly, he's a soldier, he's punctual. Compliment him on his triumphs.
Do I know them?
Last month at the Tuileries.
Oh, yes, of course, I know that.
Remember the phrases, brilliant handling of the artillery, put down the rebellion, save the Republic.
Save the Republic. Is that all?
The siege of Toulon.
When was that?
Last year.
He was there?
Major then promoted Brigadier General for gallantry.
Oh, I shan't remember
Keep
that.
saying brilliant handling of the artillery, you won't go far wrong. Sit where you look most elegant. My dear General.
My dear Baron.
I thought of inviting thousands to celebrate your appointment, but I decided I wanted to bring you together with one of your greatest admirers who has been burning to talk to you. Rose, you met General Bonaparte once, in this very room, as I remember.
I remember very well. General?
Madame.
Come and sit here.
Rose, General, would you excuse me for a moment? I must divest myself of this absurdity.
What did Paul say about me over there?
Nothing.
Didn't he tell you that I came here specially early in the hope of a moment alone with you?
No.
I'm glad he didn't. I asked him not to. I wanted to tell you myself.
I'm flattered.
Oh, not at all. I wanted to say to you what I've been saying to everyone else. How marvelous it was, the way you saved the Republic.
Ah.
By putting down the rebellion.
I did what had to be done.
What I admired so much was your brilliant handling of the artillery.
At the Tuileries?
Yes.
I simply put my guns in the right places.
Who else would have put them in the right places?
No one. At least, no one in the French army.
No one.
I simply sighted them to cover the main approaches to the Tuileries and the Louvre.
How well you sighted them.
After that, it was merely a question of... Forgive me, these are not things to be discussed with a woman.
Oh, no. No, please go on. I'm fascinated.
The convention wanted me to put down the rebellion without killing anyone. Victory without bloodshed. It's not possible.
Quite impossible.
To them, the French people was the sacred Ark of the Covenant. Firing on the French people would be a violation of all the principles of the revolution. They failed to understand that rebellion is war, and they failed to understand the principles of war.
Yes.
I fired live ammunition straight into the crowd for a very good reason. When a mob knows little or nothing about firearms, it's the worst policy to start by firing blanks. They hear a great noise, they're frightened, perhaps they fall back for a moment. But then they look around and see no one's killed or wounded. They pluck up their spirits, they start to despise you, they come at you 10 times harder than before, and you have to kill 10 times the number you'd have killed if you'd used live ammunition in the first place.
You put things so clearly.
Thank you.
Oh, because you understand them so clearly.
Rose, dear.
Therese, dear. Have you met the famous General Bonaparte?
Oh, yes, I'm sure we've met somewhere, haven't we?
Madame.
Madame Tallien is my very best friend.
Madame, would you care to...
No, I must find Paul. I've something to ask him before lunch. Well, what have you done with Paul?
He's making himself less absurd.
What? Oh, there he is. Well, he's not absurd at all.
Not now.
Paul!
Tell me about the siege of Toulon.
My dear Therese.
Paul, I must know before I can talk to her. Have you told her?
Told whom what?
Told Rose.
About?
About us, if I'm going to be your mistress.
You are my mistress.
Yes, well, you must tell her. It's so awkward. I can't have secrets from my best friend.
I shall break it to Rose. Gently.
I saw immediately that the key to the capture of Toulon was a fort which commanded...
It was a fort which commanded?
I'm sorry. My mind was wandering.
Where was it wandering to?
To your name.
Oh?
Is your name really Rose?
Marie-Joseph Rose. Really?
Marie-Joseph Rose.
My friends call me Rose. Shall we be friends? Will you call me Rose?
I should like to think of a name for you.
Was a fort which commanded?
Was a fort which commanded the harbour.
But he's a bore. And he's the worst kind of bore. He's a military bore.
I advise you to cultivate his acquaintance. I have a feeling that he may become the second most important man in France.
Second to you.
Of course, which is why it suits me to be friends with him.
I'm not sure that it suits me.
I beg of you, invite him to lunch. Write him a tiny, reproachful note. Of course you know how busy he is, but why doesn't he come to call on you? You're good at writing tiny, reproachful notes.
Do you think he knows I'm your mistress?
We discuss only politics and war.
Do you suppose he knows?
I was never any good at supposing.
Do you suppose?
Paris knows. I doubt if he knows. He's inexperienced in these matters, and his mind is on other things.
Am I your mistress?
I should be deeply disappointed if I don't go to bed with you tonight.
That is not quite an answer.
I shall always be delighted to go to bed with you whenever possible. Is that?
It will do.
At this time of night with the greatest pleasure.
I only wondered if you were throwing me out of your arms and into his.
Your health, dear Napoleon.
Your health. And I want to ask you for
You don't need my help anymore. My advice.
I'm thinking of marriage.
Very natural at your age.
I'm strongly attached to the idea of the family.
Again, very natural. You're Corsican.
Not only that. The family as a basis for private and public morality. A basis for a truly healthy society. And I do very much want the emotional stability of my own home, my own wife.
Get married.
Yes.
Your mother wrote to me in one of her letters. Now, what's her name?
Who?
Desiree.
Ah.
She sounded suitable.
May I go on explaining?
Yes, of course. May I have some more wine?
Oh, I do beg your pardon. Desiree is young. Very young. And I want to be older.
You're the strangest man. The rest of us want to be younger.
It's a serious disadvantage for me to be young and to seem young. It hinders my career.
Commander-in-Chief of the Army of the Interior, 25, isn't that good?
26.
Oh, yes, you had a birthday, I forgot. 26.
I want to command an army in action, but I know the way people think. I have not been through 10 campaigns. I haven't got grey hair or a saber cut in my cheek. A wife, not too young, would help me to seem less young.
I'm sure you have only to choose. Or have you chosen?
Dear Panoria.
Ah, dear Napoleon, if you want my advice, then you must be serious.
I am.
And I've told you now that my husband is dead.
Yes.
I enjoy having you flirt with me. But you must break yourself of the habit, or you'll do it in public. And people might not understand that it's only a flirtation.
No.
Well, when is it to be? And who is it to be?
I have met an extremely charming woman. A widow. A member of the old nobility, but very well connected politically with the government.
And is she beautiful?
Very beautiful.
Well, you don't need my advice. Marry her.
But...
Are there any reasons against it?
Well, with her, I could not be certain of the security and stability I need. I need for my career, my own stability. She disturbs me emotionally, much more deeply than I wish to be disturbed. And I think it would be more sensible for me to choose someone safer, not so unsettling. Panoria, will you be my wife? Panoria.
Oh, Napoleon, do you know how old I am?
No.
I am...
It's not important.
Old enough to be your mother. Well, not quite, but almost old enough.
I have considered the question. The age of my wife doesn't matter. As long as she is handsome as you are and looks no more than about 30 as you do.
Oh, Napoleon, thank you. I'm sorry, but... Napoleon, you're so funny.
I beg your pardon, Signora.
You no longer come to see a friend who is fond of you. You have completely abandoned me. Why? I must see you and talk to you about your affairs. Come to my house on Thursday for lunch. Good night, my friend, till Thursday.
Till Thursday, I embrace you.
I have added the words, I embrace you.
I can't imagine what led you to reproach me.
But you didn't come to see me.
I've been very busy. With Paris still half rebellious, half starving, there are problems.
You did not come to see me.
I admit my fault. Forgive me.
Will you forgive me for not having invited anyone else?
I'm delighted.
Then I forgive you.
I do not shine in company.
Well,
Now you've spoilt the compliment.
I was dispraising myself.
Oh, but you are not telling the truth. General Bonaparte, for the first time, I have caught you out in a lie.
I was trying, very honestly.
Then you chose the wrong word. For you? Oh, you don't twinkle in company like so many of my friends. You don't sparkle like some of them. But you shine.
I feel that I hide my light.
How could you? Unless you close your eyes.
Are they so?
I must find the word for you again. The light in your eyes is brilliant. No, that's not the right word. Dazzling. No, there's a better word than that. I have it. The light in your eyes is blinding.
The light in your eyes is soft, warm, tender.
Shall we agree that we admire each other's eyes? I asked you here to talk about yourself.
Well...
What are you doing? No, everyone knows that. What are you going to do next?
That depends on the directory. You know them as well as I do.
Oh, I think it depends on you.
We're bound to attack in Italy soon.
Are we?
If the directors have any sense. I've made my plans. They've seen my plans. We can knock the Austrians out of the war. If they use my plans. And if they put me in command.
Then they must.
We can also bring back enough loot from Italy to make this country rich again.
Then they certainly must.
There, that's what I want to do next, and you?
We're not talking about me.
Yes, please. I want to know what you want to do next.
Oh, I'm a woman. What does a woman want? To go on living, to have a little happiness, to find happiness in her children, if nowhere else. You know that I have 2 children.
Yes.
They're getting quite big now. Poor things, with no father. You know that my husband was killed in the Reign of Terror.
Yes.
Simply because he was an aristocrat, though he had commanded a revolutionary army. He was their best general, and they killed him.
Yes.
You know I was arrested too, and condemned to death for being Alexander's wife.
Yes, I know.
Poor Alexander. Oh, it was an arranged match. I was much too young, straight from school and straight from Martinique, and Alexander was not perfect. But I loved him. I suppose I'm a loving woman. Since his death, I've simply gone on living for the sake of the children. Sorry. It's so silly to be so tragic. I don't mean to cry.
No.
My life is full of amusements. I have lots of friends. I go to dinners. I go to parties, but friends are only friends. And amusements are not happinesses. Since Alexander's death, there has been no one. No one at all who has been more than a friend. It's very lonely for a woman who has so much love still to offer and who wants to be loved.
My dearest.
Help me to find a little happiness. Darling.
Darling.
That was happiness.
My darling. Josephine.
Darling, my name is Rose.
My name for you is Josephine. I adore you. Must go!
I shall see you tonight.
Yes. You are a miracle of nature, a revelation. I did not know what a woman could be till now.
Kiss me,
No,
kiss me, kiss me.
no more kisses. Your kisses are still with me. Your kisses are burning my heart.
Yes, he comes to my house. Yes, he pays court to me. Yes, he says he's in love with me. But I don't go to bed with him. I don't and I won't, no matter how much you want me to.
Rose, darling, I am not accusing you of anything except of being a liar.
I'm telling you the truth.
I do admire you for the way you say that. It would convince anyone, except me.
I do not want your General Bonaparte.
Whom do you want? What stupid thing to ask? I take it back. Oh, God, don't say it's me.
Oh, you used to love me.
Rose, if you're going to use words like love, I shall have to ask you to leave. Rose, I have seen you cry far too often to be impressed. Get out! There. Wasn't that thoughtful of me? You must never be seen with your makeup streaky.
You are a swine.
Yes.
You want to get rid of me?
No.
Oh, don't you?
I have no wish to get rid of you. I should rather like to get rid of the cost of you.
It's the same thing.
I do hope not. Rose, you're being mercenary, I'm being practical. You and Therese are the two most expensive women in the world. Now, I know Therese's father is a banker, but he's doing rather badly at the moment. And I know I'm rich, but not even Croesus could support the pair of you.
Give up, Therese.
I never give up a mistress, especially a young one. And she's your best friend. Extraordinary. You're so different. You go to bed with men because you enjoy it. She goes to bed with men because they enjoy it.
My men enjoy it more than hers.
Yes, I think that's true. She has great generosity, but no great skill as yet. She's young.
And I am not young?
Rose, darling, you are 32.
29.
Of course, 29. Actually, 32. Time you had a settled position in life. Do you know what you should do with my General Bonaparte?
I've told you. I do not want him.
Rose, dear, you are almost penniless and a terrible spendthrift. You don't have to want him, but marry him.
My darling, my heart, my angel, my treasure. I've been dying of impatience, but now you're here. You've been crying.
No.
You've been crying. Why? Tell me, please. If anything has caused you pain, if anyone has caused you pain, you must tell me.
I went to see Paul Barra just now. He asked me to come. I don't know why. But I thought I might be able to talk to him about your being given command in Italy. He's a very good friend. And you said yourself it would have to come from the directory. And he is the most influential of the directors, but... Napoleon, forgive me. There's something I have never told you. Something I have never dared to tell you.
What?
For some months now, Paul Barra has been paying court to me, trying to make love to me, trying to persuade me to become his mistress. Well, of course, I wouldn't dream of it. I told him so 100 times. But he wouldn't give up hope. And now... You know he's pretending to be mad about Thérèse Talliard. He goes everywhere with her.
Yes.
Simply with the idea of making me jealous. He told me that today. He offered to give up Thérèse. If only I would... When I rejected him again, I wouldn't listen to him. He took hold of me and... He tried to make me...
What?
I screamed, someone rushed in, and I think I must have fainted.
I shall kill him!
No, my darling.
I'll challenge him to a duel and kill him!
No, my darling, you mustn't. He's a friend.
He's a swine.
Yes, but he's a friend, and a very good friend, a very important friend. He's very useful. Think of what he can do for your career. Think of Italy. Darling, forgive him. And kiss me.
I think the Italian command will almost certainly go to you. I say almost because Carlo doesn't like you, but he's in favor of you, and he's our great military expert. I myself, of course, am devoted to your interests, but the other three directors are still wavering.
Who are my rivals for the job?
There will be no question of rivals, if only...
If only what?
You know how conservative revolutionaries are. You are young.
Youth is an advantage.
Yes, but not in old men's eyes, and you are Corsican.
I am French.
Yes, but not French. We're so insular.
I am 26 until next August. I can't change the date of my birth or the place of it.
You could do something.
What?
Have you thought of getting married? To a French woman, of course. It will give you more Frenchness and more, forgive the word, substance, solidity.
I have thought of it.
If you married a suitable person, the Italian appointment would be, what shall I say, in the bag.
You believe?
I guarantee it. Why don't you marry someone like, let's think, Rose Beauharnais? Old French family, noble, which is not a bad thing these days. Husband commander of the Army of the Rhine, dreadfully bad generally, was guillotined for inefficiency, but we've forgotten that by now. Yes, she do quite well. And rich.
Is she?
My dear fellow, how do you suppose she supports herself in such luxury? She's as rich as Croesus. If you're interested, you could have a talk with her business advisor, calmly. Say so, and I'll have a word with them first.
No. I won't marry you.
Josephine.
You just want my money.
Josephine, darling, I love you for yourself alone.
Then why did you go to see Carmely? Behind my back.
I went to see Carmely.
To find out if I were rich.
No!
And what did he tell you?
He told me you were rich.
Exactly. So you asked me to marry you.
Josephine, darling. If you think that, then you are being unfair to me. And I am the unhappiest man in the world. How can you believe that I don't love you for your sake? For whose sake?
My money?
No, never! I want you with nothing at all.
I don't believe you.
I'll prove it to you.
You can't prove it. How?
I'll behave as if you came to me with nothing. I'll ask for nothing from you. Everything you own will be yours, as it is now. Everything I give you will be yours, and yours alone. I will make you an allowance from my pay as a general, to continue for life, because I want to be your husband for life. Josephine, I adore you. I want you by my side every day of my life. I want you in my arms every night of my life. I want to be a father to your children. I want you to give me more children. My children. I want you.
You don't want my money?
No.
know what you do want. You want me to help you to get the Italian command. As I can help you.
I want you whether you help me or not.
Oh, but if I am your wife, of course I will help you. I think a wife should help her husband as much as she can. It's very important to help one's husband. Really help him.
I worship you. Sorry I'm late. Work. Where's the mayor?
The mayor's gone home. That is the acting registrar.
Him? Marius, fast as you can.
What?
I've only got 48 hours.
Birth certificate?
Sworn statement that Madame Beauharnais was born in Martinique, at present occupied by the English, and that it is therefore impossible to produce a birth certificate.
Age, then?
28.
Sworn statement that I, General Bonaparte, born in Corsica, at present occupied by the English, and therefore cannot produce a birth certificate.
Age, then?
28. Oh, get on with it.
General Bonaparte, citizen. Do you consent to take as your lawful wife, Madame Beauharnais, here present, to keep faith with her and to observe conjugal fidelity?
Citizen, I do.
Madame Beauharnais, citizeness, do you consent to take as your lawful husband, General Bonaparte, here present, to keep faith with him and to observe conjugal fidelity?
Citizen, I do.
Oh, for God's sake, man, I leave for Italy the day after tomorrow.
General Bonaparte, Madame Beauharnais, the law unites you.
When you write to him, tell him I wish him all happiness in his marriage. Tell him I pray that the wife he has chosen will make him as happy as I had hoped to make him. And as happy as he deserves to be. Ask him to think of me sometimes. Ask him not to forget me.
I will send for you as soon as I can, as soon as it's safe for you to come and join me. In the meantime, I will write to you every day.
I shall live for your letters.
And you must write to me every day.
Oh, I'm so bad at writing.
Every day. Promise.
I'll try.
So he's gone.
Yes.
We must have supper. One day soon.
Quite soon.
Look at her. I am married to the most wonderful woman in the world.